Love
There's
Hip
one thing I
Hop.
want to show you guys, because that guy Nick Shirley, and I should have kept my YouTube open. That guy Nick Shirley dropped another video. The same guy who did the videos, or the last video on the Somali scams and the Learning Center or the Learning Center over there in Minnesota. Apparently that place has gotten is closed down now. That video went viral. It probably has 10 million views at this point. He made a part 2. All right. Hold on, let me read this comment here before I get into this. This Plush not putting in enough work, to be honest. In a roundabout way, that's what I was saying in the segment here. But I do feel that sentiment a little bit. Let's find this guy, Nick Shirley, because his name got super heavy SEO. I was watching the video the other day. So this is only 2 days old, and it has 1.3 million views. We expose, hold on, let me see if I can find the original one. 3 weeks ago, 3.7 million views. So yeah, I really overshot that. Not 10 million views, but 3.7 is a lot. This guy's caking up. Some people are saying he's a fraud. But
apartment, somewhere in a
$85 million in all payments to child.
I'm asking No. You don't ask me nothing. $2.25 million. Get out.
Are we the only community that does fraud?
How come they said this building was closed? Do you guys know where advanced mobility is? Advanced mobility? Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
They know we're shining the light on the fraud, and they have no defense.
Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
The Minnesota fraud scandal continues to get worse and worse as billions of dollars of fraud has been exposed, and as I showed the world the blatant fraud taking place at daycares and other locations across Minnesota, it became the most viewed video expose on the internet and created instant change within the government as the Fed sent thousands of federal agents to Minnesota, and the HHS froze over $185 million in all payments to childcare. And while politicians like Tim,
they sent friggin' ICE over to Minnesota try to pick them people up. I asked in the poll, do you think that this guy Nick Shirley is really the fraud? And to be honest, I don't, or I don't know, maybe I do, but yeah, I don't. But the reason I'm asking that question is because people are saying, and this is on Twitter and a few different places, that this guy's really a fraud. He went to these daycare centers at weird times just so that he can try to catch them slipping. He's really trying to doctor everything he's doing and blah, 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 blah. And maybe it's just me. Sometimes I have a very conservative mind state. I'm like, y'all sound like you're coping. So I'm just going to ask you guys just to see how y'all feel about it, just to check the temperature. You know what I'm saying? Because he's making a shitload of money too, but he might just be also just doing his due diligence, right? Doing a service to society. Who knows?
Waltz called people like me white supremacist and far-right delusional conspiracy theorists for exposing the fraud. Meanwhile, he actually dropped out of running for re-election. The Minnesota fraud scandal has erupted the nation as protests and riots took place, all starting because daycares like Quality Learning Center were exposed. However, the daycares is only a small portion of the fraud taking place in Minnesota. In this video, I will take you into what has continued to allow this fraud to happen and connect all of the dots for you, exposing all the fraud from strange connections of the business owners and the politicians who have openly admitted to the fraud on live TV. And to dive deep into the fraud, I met back up with the local David, who has been investigating this widespread fraud scandal for years. So here in Minnesota, you have daycare fraud, you have adult daycare fraud, you have healthcare fraud, and you even have more fraud. What's some of the fraud that's also taking place here inside of Minnesota?
Well, what I think might be sort of the heart of the beast here is this transportation fraud. And what I mean by that is in Minnesota, we have something called non-emergency medical transportation, NEMT. My research has shown that there are about 1,020 such companies in Minnesota, and more than 90% of them are Somali owned.
And so right here on the table, what do we have? All this information right here.
So I have a number of companies that are local here in the Twin Cities, and this is just.
I gotta let that breathe for a second. That's kind of crazy still. These guys own almost all of the non-emergency transport situations. Like, damn, that's pretty slick still.
A fraction of the companies that are out there. What I found was that the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles per company. A lot of these companies, their address is an apartment, some are in a house, some are in a convenience store, some of them in a vacant building. There's no signage, there's nobody there.
And so why would there be such a need for all these transportation companies here inside of Minnesota?
So if you think of this transportation as the hub of the wheel, so childcare is a spoke, adult daycare is a spoke, autism is a spoke, the interpreter services, which we can get into, that's another spoke. It all ties back to transportation. Why?
The interpreter services too. Yeah, I gotta translate.
Because those meals someone had to deliver those meals. Someone has to deliver the kid to autism or say they did. So it all revolves around the transportation. And so when you're looking at this, you say, okay, well, let's just be conservative. Let's go on the low side. Let's say there are only 800 Somali-owned non-emergency medical transportation companies in Minnesota. Well, again, the average is 20 vehicles per company. So that's 800 times 20. And the way these NEMT companies are paid is if they bring someone to a doctor's appointment, whatever the case might be, or Costco or wherever they're going, because remember, it's non-emergency medical transportation. Well, we went to Costco because they have to eat or they'll die. So that's considered, right? So it's almost impossible to figure out from the outside what exactly the payments are for each of these trips, but I have a pretty good idea. So when someone provides a transportation to a facility or a location, they're also paid for the time to sit there and wait for the appointment to end and then drive the person back. So they're paid 3 different ways. And the average is going to be $50 per trip. So it's going to the appointment as a trip, coming back trip. So that's $100 per round trip.
Yeah. I know there's a part of these guys that are saying, yo, this is fraudulent, this is fraudulent. Part of me is saying this is just good business or a good hustle. Especially like if you're somebody from another country, language barriers, all these different things you got going on, racism, all these different things. You can say, you know what? I found myself a good business. I found a good way to make some money. And it doesn't have to be completely above board. But that's just my way of thinking. Don't follow my path. People have said, yo, Friday for mayor, but I probably just fuck up the fun somehow, bro.
So if you have 800 companies in Minnesota that are NEMT companies, they all own 20 vehicles, and they're all making 10 trips a day, and it's $50 per trip. So it's 800 times 20 times 10 trips times $50 a trip. Do the math. And the reality is, how many of these trips are being provided? 0. They don't have to provide any. Why? Because when they are paid by the state of Minnesota, these companies go online and they fill out a form, and it just says, okay, how many trips, how many miles. They submit that electronically to the state, and boom, they get paid. Nobody bothers to check. They don't call the dentist. Did this kid show up? They don't do anything. As soon as that form is filed with the state of Minnesota, that payment goes out immediately.
And so essentially,
whose fault is that, fam? And listen, if it's a fraud, it's a fraud. Okay, whatever. Whose fault is that? Who left that gaping hole in the system, fam? Where you guys are just allocating the funds without seeing any kind of proof. I'm sure not only Somali people are running that scam, because from what I'm hearing right there, and you guys exposed the scam already, so I guess it's going to be harder to just follow up and do that. If I heard that there was a hole in the system like that, I'm not Somali. I'm going to take that chance too, because that sounds crazy. All right. Says Say So says, by the way, Friday, you should cover Anjou versus STL gang war in Montreal. Big drill rappers on both sides too. I got to get into a Montreal segment, but I got to do some homework for the next one. I have a really big case with some Montreal business owners who are connected to that Ryan Weddings guy, but I need to do more research first. But yeah, let's continue.
Actually, these transportation companies are what hold all of the fraud together, because you have the daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the adult daycare centers working with the transportation companies, the healthcare companies working with the transportation companies. So it's just another way to bill and to also make it look like something's happening here inside of Minnesota.
This is the belly of the beast. All of this fraud revolves around these transportation companies. All of it. This touches every part of fraud here in Minnesota.
And today we're going to go confront these people. We confronted them last time. There was no kids in any of the child care centers. And today, what do you expect to see?
That's cap. Because then they showed videos after where there was kids in child care centers. So don't do that.
I think we're going to see some vehicles because, you know, when I drive around the cities here, I see these Somalis driving. And mostly it's like a Plymouth Caravan or whatever. And there's never, ever been a passenger. And in 7 years, I've never seen a passenger in any of these vehicles.
Damn.
I've followed some of them. They're going to Costco. They're going to Sam's Club. They're going to Walmart. The driver gets out, goes in there, loads up a shopping cart, comes in, puts it in the van, and off they go back to where they live.
And now we're going to go out and see what's happening with these transportation companies.
And here's the other thing. Tim Walz and the Department of Human Service, you threw the people of Minnesota under the bus. Shame on you, and I'm coming for you.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, get at them. Thank you. Why are you getting at the Somali people and whoever else is taking advantage of all of these holes in the system? Get at your freaking governor.
David. All right, let's go.
Get at your mayor.
So where's the first location we're going to?
The first location is a company called Safari Transportation, Cedar Avenue South in Minneapolis.
Let's go.
And so what makes Safari Transportation Company an interesting transportation company?
Well,
allegedly fraudulent.
Well, the thing about Safari is that they've been registered since 2015 with the state of Minnesota as operating vehicles. And again, the national average for a non-emergency medical transportation company is 20 vehicles. So if they've got 20 vehicles and they're at 607 Cedar Avenue, I have no idea where there's parking them because there is no parking anywhere near this office.
Let's see.
We've arrived to the transportation company. We're outside, and right there we have a Loving Arms adult daycare. All the windows are completely boarded out right there.
Damn.
And it's supposed to be a transportation company registered.
I'm trying to help y'all niggas a little bit, but bro, you gotta give us nigga. You gotta help us back a bit, man. Help us to help you.
We've arrived to the transportation company. We're outside, and right there we have a Loving Arms adult daycare. All the windows are completely boarded out right there, and there's supposed to be a transportation company registered right here. It's 617, but it's a liquor store. Okay, so the location here is 607 and also 617. These are two transportation companies. We're on a main road right now, and this is 607, and it is not a transportation company. It's actually a money transfer, but it's registered here, 607. This does not look like Safari Transportation. Where is the transportation company?
I don't see any signs denoting that there's any transportation. It's all just looks like money wiring. But if you look at the Secretary of State's office,
money going to Somalia,
state of Minnesota, Safari Transportation, 607 Cedar Avenue, and it's been registered here since 2015. That was the original filing.
So let's see if we have the manager. Let's see if we can find FOD. Hello. How are you? We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
Looking for Safari Transportation?
No, there's no Safari Transportation.
Yo. Don't do it, bro. You know the thing is, this guy, he's chilling in there. He doesn't know that this is gonna happen today. Man's just walking in, two white men. He's just living his life. And here we go.
607 Cedar Avenue, and it's been registered.
How are you? We're looking for the transportation company.
Safari Transportation?
Looking for Safari Transportation.
Look at this guy behind the counter, huh? What?
No, there's no Safari transportation here.
No Safari Transportation?
Safari Transportation,
Hey,
607 Cedar
sir.
Avenue.
We're just
Look, they got a clothing store in here and the freaking Money Express. They're doing a
looking
lot.
for Safari
We
Transportation.
don't know.
So, but this is registered for Safari Transportation,
know.
That's the
607.
address.
Okay, we don't know.
We're asking where Safari
There's
Transportation is.
not, we don't know.
Did you
Okay,
know
so the
Fuad
business is
Omar?
not here.
Don't record.
Fuad Omar?
Fuad Omar,
We don't know. This, do you see this? What is this?
money transferring.
That's it.
Okay,
Well, this
registered.
is from the state.
This is fraud taking place. This is supposed to say this is for Safari Transportation.
Yo, see, this is the antagonization going on right here. Why antagonizing mans, bro? Just take your information and walk out and be like, yo, the man said that it was supposed to be a transport company. This guy saying we don't know what they're talking about. Keep it moving. You know, actually, no, because it's better for us.
Go find out.
Yeah, we did find out. This is fraud right here.
Registered here
This is
since
registered.
2015.
2015?
Safari Transportation, state of
Oh, we don't know
Minnesota.
2015 one. Oh, yeah.
Well, but it's registered now. This is current, just off the state of Minnesota
I
website
said
today.
you don't know, please.
This is from today. I just printed this off today. Fuad Omar.
Go check it out.
We're here. This is 607. Where's Safari Transportation?
Okay, it's not Safari, period.
Okay, so it's a
Oh,
fraudulent
Did you-
business.
Did you see Safari anything here? Did
Exactly.
you see?
Exactly. It's
Did
not
you
here.
see it?
This guy's
It's a
just
fraud.
digging himself a deeper hole.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna go to the next
Okay.
address. All right, let's keep moving on. So 607, this is supposed to be Safari Transportation, no transportation company. And now we're going to 617.
He didn't even realize what the hell he was doing. He just like, there's no Safari here. No. It's like, bro, you're supposed to say yes. You know he's gonna talk to his homie later on, or his uncle or whoever. You can be like, bro, so what? The man came into the shop, and what was he asking? He was asking if it was a transportation company. And what did you say? I said, hell no. Son. Bro, what do you see over here? Money transfer, right? What do you see? Come on. Muhammad, what are you talking about? It's money transfer. You can be like, bro, Abdi, what are you doing? You're supposed to say yes. What did he look like? He had cameras?
Another transportation company, however, it is actually Cedar Riverside Liquor. Where is the transportation company?
617.
617 right here.
Dreamline Transportation for the state of Minnesota is registered to 617 Cedar Avenue South.
And it's a liquor store. David, they aren't even trying to hide.
It's a good question you're asking over here, Sosa or Sasso. Why is he pressing a random NPC that has nothing to do with Safari? That's who you're supposed to press. Ain't nobody deleting your comments. I don't even have no mods in here right now. Yeah, that's who we're supposed to press. You're supposed to press the person who don't know shit. Because look what he just did. He's supposed to say yes. All right, we got trucks somewhere else. We keep them parked somewhere else. We're trying to maximize the amount of business that we're trying to do underneath this name. So, yeah, it's a transport company, but I also keep my check cashing company or my money transfer company in here, and we keep the truck somewhere else. What else do you want to know? And then keep it moving. But he don't know shit. He doesn't know the plan. He's been sitting in there doing this thing for like probably the last 10 years. Nobody told him after the fact that he got the store like, nah, bro, you're supposed to say if the police come in here or anybody that it's a truck transporting company or a transport company, right? He don't know. It's fucked up, bro.
That's the transportation companies. Where are the vans at?
Should we ask?
Should have known.
Hey, we're looking for Dreamline Transportation.
What's that?
Now we're in 617, Dreamline Transportation.
See, he asked the right question. He about to fuck it up. He about to fuck it up.
Where is the transportation company?
No, we don't have this.
You ever heard of Safari Transportation?
Safari, I know Safari, that money wiring, 607.
The money wiring.
Yeah.
Okay, that's money wiring.
Yeah.
Safari
We're looking for
Transportation.
Safari
Maybe there.
Transportation.
607.
They said they never heard of it.
I never. Safari company, the money wiring, they send money there. That's the 607.
So Safari gets the money and then they wire it out.
Yeah, the money.
That man just said that Safari is actually a money wiring company, so therefore they're receiving money and then wiring it somewhere underneath the name of a transportation
So
company.
he said to go here.
Suite A right here. And then you have 617A right here, but this is reliable services, immigration, travel, and tax. I do not see a transportation company anywhere.
Good morning. Hey,
These guys are putting mans under pressure, bro. Damn.
we're hoping to find Dreamline Transportation. You ever heard of it?
I've never heard of it. Ask this one.
He said to ask here. That you
Guys are fucking up the play, bro. Yo, bro.
would know.
Ask next to it. This is a mailbox. It's not a real call.
So Dreamline Transportation could be nothing more than a mailbox. 834.
So it could be one of these mailboxes. Well,
Okay, see you later.
607
Hold on, let me read the
Safari
comment over here.
Transportation.
What are you saying over here? Let's salute to Easy Money. He says, I don't know what happened to my comment, but the kid Nick's been around for a minute, but recently blew up because of him exposing the corruption that is happening in Minnesota. Dude is just exposing corruption. Yeah, I've seen that his channel's been there. You know what I'm saying? This is not his first rodeo, but damn, bro. And I'm not even saying from the poll that I created that he is a fraud, because a big part of me is I don't think he is. He's just somebody who found a good lick for YouTube. But these guys are not making it easy for themselves, bro. It's like he's walking into places where all of these guys, they're just like fucking it up, bro. Like they don't even know what he knows or what he's even coming in there for, and then he just gets you. Like, bruh. I want to, give some bail to the Somali people, but you guys really look like you're pulling off mad scams, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna say something's wrong with that because I'm not anybody holier than thou or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Go get your money, but if you get exposed, you get exposed, bro. You know what I'm saying? But go get your money same way.
Doesn't exist. It's actually a money wiring business. 617 Dreamline, inside of there, it's actually a liquor store. And then 617A is a place where there's a bunch of mailboxes and it says reliable ITT services. How are you doing, man?
I just want to ask you,
Yes, sir.
why are you sensationalizing the propaganda?
What are we sensationalizing?
Let's go.
Attack our community. What's your final objective?
We're not attacking your community by any means.
Are you making
We're
good money
looking-
from this?
We're looking for
Yes, he got 3 million views in like a week or so. He's not doing, and people are gonna call me, that forest animal that rhymes with booms. But I don't even think he's doing it on some racist shit. I think he's just like, bro, I got a lot of views off that shit, bro. Let's go. Let's get into all of the Somali shit. It has some good SEO in the algorithm. Trump went off the other day, called them dirty country and all kind of wild shit. He's like, oh, look at the SEO. Look at the views, Crow. And he pulled up. So let me get some of that money. Let me get some of that AdSense.
fraud.
No,
For instance, can you answer our question? Where's Safari Transportation Company 607? It's not there.
Yeah, he's going to expose some fraud and he's going to try to do his good deed. But if the AdSense went off, would he still be doing it? Like, salute to Gideon, or Gideon. He does his pred catch and stuff like that, and his channel's not monetized. They can't monetize that shit on that channel. Like, I always see him advertising for the website that you can go to the EDP Watch website and do and donate to help these guys keep doing their thing. And they're doing a good deed for society, getting preds off the street. Thank you. But he's one person who channel's not monetized. I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep doing this service to society. I don't know if Nick's AdSense went off tomorrow, like if he just did something like he put something on the screen that was just that was super against the YouTube guidelines, or he said something super inflammatory that made him where like he was super toxic and YouTube demonetized all his shit. I don't know if he's gonna be that gung-ho about running up in these people's spot, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people kind of like they deflate, they fizzle out after that. After they get demonetized, right? Especially if it's indefinitely. So, who knows? Who knows?
Why don't you answer?
How much money are
Why don't you answer the question? Where's 617 Dreamline Security?
How much money are you making?
I make money off of YouTube. That's how I make my money.
Exactly. So you're making money off of sensationalizing.
That my job
and attacking
is
the Somali community.
I'm not attacking you guys. We're asking.
I'll tell you the reason why
fraud,
this is happening. All right, let me
David,
tell you the reason why.
Fraud is fraud, correct?
Yes.
This has nothing to do with race. This is fraud.
This
fraud.
Absolutely has to do with us being Muslim.
No, it does not.
All right, and us being from Africa. This is a constitutional argument. If you don't want us here, change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, we don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying that.
No.
We're not saying that.
When I go
Sir,
onto
we're
your
talking
comments,
about fraud. When
I go onto your comments,
my comments.
What I see is people that say we do not want Muslims here. Kick every single Muslim in Minnesota out of Minnesota.
That's a comment.
You're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps, just like the Japanese community. All right. You're sensationalizing.
No, we're not.
All right,
sir,
something that
answer
can
the question. Where is the transportation vehicle company?
Jeopardize
answer the question.
The safety and the protection of the Somali community.
We're talking about.
I was with him right until he got to you're trying to demonize the Muslim community. Because there's a lot of Muslims that are not Somali. It's like, Islam is a big I was going to say, I'm not going to put any curse words around when I say the word Islam. Islam is a huge religion, okay? So there's a lot of people who are not Somali who are Muslim. You can't use that like it's an Islamophobia type of thing that's going on there, bro. I gotta be on Nick's side with that. Like, he's trying to expose fraud, bro. If it was another community, then he'd be exposing them. He said they are attacking them because they're Muslim. I don't know. Don't get it twisted. I understand there's heavy Islamophobia going on in America, okay, and here in Canada too, but heavy going on over there in America. But this fraud thing is, I never heard anything about Islam or anything, or like, it's probably because you guys are Muslim that you're doing the fraud. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Anything happens to the Somali
We're talking
community.
about fraud.
Listen, I'm not doing anything. I'm not physically touching.
You're getting very close.
I'm not physically touching. No, I'm not physically touching.
This is fraud. We're talking about fraud. You're defending fraud.
When I go into your comments,
you're defending fraud.
People who hate Muslims want us out of here.
People can say
for
what they
being
want.
Muslim,
I'm not censoring anybody.
are using your material. Islamophobes use your material. People who hate Islam use your material. Say to us, we don't want you here. Change the Constitution. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess what?
Say it. We're asking about fraud. We're asking about fraud.
You hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate Muslims. We're talking about fraud. We're talking about fraud.
Why are you attacking us?
This
are we
is
the
fraud.
only community that suffers because of fraud?
We're talking about fraud.
Are we the only community that does fraud? Are we the only community that does this?
This is about fraud.
Right,
yo, they're going crazy in the hood right now, fam. Right? Hodia's out there, freaking.
There's what, 300 Somali providers in all of Minnesota?
There's actually 800.
Don't keep talking. Don't go
so,
you speak English, right? Your security doesn't even speak English. Listen, let me tell you something.
See, this isn't a race issue, sir. This is about fraud.
We have, what, 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a...
Even it's 2,000 providers. Okay, you want to sacrifice the safety of 80,000 people because of fucking 2,000 providers? Are you fucking mad? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid. Where's the transportation company?
What about if a mass shooting happens in Minnesota? It will be because of you. It will be because of you. If any Somali gets hurt in Minnesota, it's because of Nick and Shirley.
This is about fraud.
One single Somali gets hurt.
This is about fraud,
it's
sir.
Of you sensationalize it. You son of a bitch. Sensationalize it.
Wow, you're
Get
very
the
nice.
Out of our neighborhood.
Very nice.
Get the out of our
Sir,
neighborhood.
can you tell me where the transportation
Get the
company
out
is?
of our neighborhood. We don't want you here. Get the out of here.
Calm down, sir.
Get the out of
Yo,
here.
his security is trash. I'm not gonna lie, like, and salute to the brother right here because he's standing on business, standing on freaking stack of business. But his security is trash. Yo, Nick, you gotta fire your security, bro. Cause that would have been a tackle already, bro. From the time the word fuck came out of his what? Tackle that nigga, bro. Put him down. Right? Don't get it twisted also. Nick shouldn't continue arguing with him. You should just stand down and be like, yo, this guy's in my face or whatever. But you escalate the argument, and now, like, man's putting all kind of get out of my neighborhood and Ray Tay, bro. Like, sheesh. Yeah. You might have to fire these guys, bro.
Sir, this is about fraud.
You wanted clicks?
You're sensationalizing yourself,
you
sir.
You wanted clicks?
You're sensationalizing yourself.
Clicks.
Maybe I might want my security to be a little bit too overzealous. Like, he should have been already backed up on the wall. Like, yo, back up. Don't get close, all right?
You wanted clicks? You wanted the YouTube?
Tell me where the transportation vehicle is.
Clicks. You got YouTube clicks. Now get the out of our community.
Tell me where the transportation
out of our community.
Tell me where the. This is about fraud. This is.
Say I don't want Muslims.
This is about
here.
fraud.
Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it. I want to change the Constitution.
No, I don't want to change the Constitution.
See, he lost as soon as he started losing his composure.
Freedom of religion, and I don't want Muslim Somalis in Minnesota. Kick them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me. Relax. That is what you are arguing for.
We're not talking.
Change the Constitution.
This is about fraud.
I appreciate it.
Get the fuck out of our community.
This is about fraud.
It is a right-wing channel. I can see it like right away, right? But like I'm trying to say, these guys are not making it easier, fam. Have somebody with a story at least one of those locations. Okay, even with the fact, all right, I'm not even going to say if, with the fact that Nick Shirley has found a community that he can milk for some views, as well as say that, you know, I'm doing something righteous. Like, bro, you got to cover your ass, especially if this guy's already done one video. Go tell these guys, like, if you see this guy in the neighborhood, don't even talk to him. Farthest more than answer his questions. Because as soon as he walked in there and they started answering his questions, he got them. Say, yo, if you see this guy, he has 3 million views on his last video. He's been moving around through all the neighborhoods, the Somali neighborhoods, trying to, trip us up in some shit. As soon as you see him walk into your store, don't even talk to him. Straight up. Don't give him the ammo is basically what my point is. Facts, man. Somalis ain't the only ones out here doing stuff like this, but the right-wing channels will always push that narrative and have no problem with people that are closed-minded views. Of course, I'm sure that the homie, what he's saying as far as the comment section, I'm sure it's disgusting. They probably are saying the most racist shit in this comment section, all kind of monkey emojis, all kind of go back to your country, all kind of thank God for ICE comments, all kind of bullshit. Like, bro, I be on the internet, but again, don't make it easy for this guy, bro, because he literally just went to one business and bang, tripped everybody up right away. Because everybody's doing fraud. If he went to Chinatown, oh my God. If he went to Chinatown, he'd be having a field day. But one of them triad niggas is gonna shoot his fucking nose off. That's just a fact.
Out of our community. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid fucking idiot.
Tell me where the transportation company is then.
Get the fuck out of here.
Obviously, for this video, we had to get security because look at this now.
Let's go.
Right, we're going.
He took some of that money from that last video, got himself some security because he knew this was coming.
But there is no transportation company in there. Fraud. There were no transportation companies.
No, none.
This isn't about race. This isn't against religion. This is about fraud. We're fighting fraud here. We're not fighting a race.
Well, and this is what happens when you put a spotlight on fraud. The people who are benefiting become extremely violent, and the Somalis are the most violent people I have ever met in my whole life.
Because he can.
This is what the homie's talking about, bro. Look at this guy's face. If he's not a racist, he definitely is. Look at the conviction, bro. Bumbleclot. This man lets the N-word with the hard ER fly at least 3 to 4 times a day just for his mental health. Just to make himself feel better. As soon as he gets back in his house, he just says it back to back. Feel better now. You know what I'm saying? Screams it into the pillow. Look at his face. This man wakes up and says it, bro. Just gets out of bed. Fucking hurt him. And the Somali people, a lot of Somalis, I'm not gonna say all, but a lot of Somalis like, I am black. In his mind, I can't say the word, right? Because YouTube will freaking demonetize the video, but like he's saying it right now in his mind. As soon as he slammed the door of that car, if Nick wasn't there with the camera and the nice mic in his face, he would have been like,
Answer the question. Where was the transportation company?
He wouldn't answer the question. All he did was make it about race and then issue threats.
Neither business was there or operating, and giving a very conservative estimate based off of David's numbers and other numbers online, it's fair to say each business is operating with an average of 20 vehicles and with a much lower and generous rate of $25 per trip. And with 10 alleged trips a day, each business is pulling an estimate of $1.3 million in gross revenue. And with those 2 locations alone, there's over $2.6 million in estimated fraud.
All right, what's the next location?
What's interesting, Nick, is that one of the places we just visited, the 617 Cedar Avenue South, that's for Dreamline Transportation. That's the address listed with the state of Minnesota. But the place that we're going right now is going to have vans that say Dreamline Transportation on them, but they haven't moved in months and months. You'll see they're covered with snow. There will be no tire tracks. And so why are they using this address? And all that was in there was a liquor store. And he told us to talk to the guy next door, and those were all just mailboxes. And then the guy next door said, go talk to him. I said, we just talked to him. Obviously, the cover up, and you see how.
I just booked it, eh? Nick don't got to do no work. Nick just had to pull up with the cameras. Okay? This guy right here, he's had a vendetta for the last 20 years. From the time Somalis started moving into his neighborhood, and he's like, wait a minute. Where are all these Somalis? There's different blacks. Now there's Somalis. We already are dealing with all of them African Americans. What the hell? We got to look into this. Somebody call the ombudsman. Somebody call the mayor. Hey, wait a minute. 2 more people moved in next door. Barbara, I just was driving home and I drove through such and such neighborhood. I don't know the neighborhoods in Minnesota, right? I was driving through the neighborhood and I realized one block had all of these Arabic writing on it. Like, what is going on over here? What is the world coming to? And since then, he's just been stewing, bro. Collecting information. Like, look at the man has his papers in his hands, bro. Nick didn't have to do shit. He found out that there's one racist white man in Minnesota who wants to get rid of all of them. And he said, yo, all right, let me just pull up on you. You got all the info. You could tell me where to go, and I'll just follow you. And you can go home and rage out later on, and I'm gonna go home and film it, and maybe I'll break you off something, but maybe not. You seem like you're just doing it for the love of getting rid of them.
They all stick together, and it's all this intimidation. And thank God we had the security we did there, because that would have been bad.
Now we're outside of this transportation
I know,
vehicle company
right?
right here.
Especially with all of them black people there. You know how they get.
And so you can see these are the vans that say Dreamline. You can see the sticker on the window and the numbers on the rear. None of these vehicles have moved in 8 months. I've been taking date stamp photos. All these vehicles are in the exact same spot.
Yo, bro, you don't got a job. This nigga just driving around, checking on the plates, checking to see if cars move. Like, Rusky, is this your job, bro? Let me see if I can expose these Somalis, bro. I need to get them out of here, fam. His wife is like, yo, when are you coming home? Don't worry, Barbara. I'm doing something. All right? Man just staked out in his car, looking at businesses. Like, bro, he might be retired. Because he's an old foot. I'm an old foot, but like he's an old foot. He might be retired, and this is like this is his passion project.
They were 8 months ago, and look, there's no tire tracks, so they haven't moved.
And this van as well, this is Dreamline. Dreamline was the location where we got chased out from the Somalis on 617 Cedar. And this is a vehicle from Dreamline that actually didn't even exist. It was a liquor store. And now it's here, and the vans haven't moved at all. Literally, no vans and no tire tracks anywhere. If these vans are being used to transport people, whether it be healthcare.
Yo, it's a fresh snow, Bridget. Stop this, bro. Them vans moved like last week before the snow came down, bro. Stop this.
Childcare, there would be snow tracks. And there's 1, 2, 3.
I see
4,
tracks.
5, 6, 7.
Fam, what is this? That might not line up exactly, but I'm saying, fam, that's a track.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 vehicles here. No snow tracks anywhere. These vehicles are not being used, and these transportation companies are making lots of money. Meanwhile, there's actually nothing to show for.
Here's where I'm going to call the cap. All right. As a man who shoveled some snow today, my back's mash up right now. If these cars haven't moved in several weeks or months, and it continues to snow over there in Minnesota, we are now in January. Minnesota is one of them cold places. So really cold places. So I'm sure that they started getting their snow from end of November, early December. All right. So if these cars haven't moved, like they're saying, and listen, this is me throwing some bail to the Somali community. If these cars haven't moved in weeks, almost months, you're going to see a pile of snow on top of these cars. Not the amount of level of snow that you're seeing on top of them right now. Okay. This is a light dusting of snow on top of these cars. When I went to go take my snow out, and you guys, all the people in the comment section who are here in the GTA in Toronto, y'all know if your car was in a parking lot, in a driveway, when you came outside, the car had enough snow that it looked like you had to shovel the snow off of the car. And that's in one snowstorm. You had to almost shovel the snow if it wasn't going to mash up the paint job. You feel me? But there's like a significant layer of snow about this high, enough that when you drive off, the snow will actually damage somebody's windshield behind you. This is not the amount of snow that I'm talking about, fam, for cars that haven't moved for weeks on weeks on weeks from what the old man is saying, because he checked. Okay? These cars are not snowed the fuck down. Like they've never moved. All right? I'm not some kind of investigator or forensic analysis guy or whatever, but just from my common knowledge of just whatever shoveling and busting up my back all the time, these cars look like they've been there for a day, 2 tops without moving, especially if snow keeps on accumulating. Like, let's stop the fuckery, bro.
Yeah, and so you can see these are the vans that say Dreamline. You can
These vehicles are not being used, and these transportation companies are making lots of money. Meanwhile, there's actually nothing to show for it. Here's all of the vehicles right here.
Bare tracks,
the vehicles that
bro.
are coming in and out, like this Toyota, it does not have anything to do with transportation company because there's no stickers on it and there's snow tracks. But the vehicles that are supposed to be used for transportation are literally locked in. Snow is building icicles. No one's even came out to remove the snow off the window. These transportation vehicles are not moving. And then right here, David has more.
Not gonna lie, them last ones right there, they look a little snowy still. That looks a little bit of an accumulative snow. Like this one looks like it's stuck in the bank. Like this hasn't moved for a minute.
Not moving. And then right here, David has more paperwork for Silver Mountain.
Of course, David has all the paperwork for Silver Mountain.
And there's 3 different companies in the same address.
Yeah.
So when we talk about how all these companies are intertwined, this is a perfect example of that.
And this is why these transportation companies are so essential to the fraud in Minnesota, because they allow the fraud to be supported, as the majority of the fraud is from welfare programs like daycares, autism centers, and adult daycares, and healthcare services. They need to leave a paper trail to make it look like something is happening. Therefore, they use these transportation companies to create that paper trail by saying they're moving people from an adult daycare to a healthcare provider, for example, but they actually never provide the service at the healthcare provider. But that paper trail allows them to continue to bill the state for the money, and everyone gets paid. That's why this fraud is so deep and hard to dismantle, because quite literally everyone is involved.
and it's all because
I'm not gonna lie, but if the business is true, not sick to my stomach. This is pretty good planning. Y'all mad? You mad, nigga? I'm sorry. I don't want to sound like one of them assholes, but like, bro, that's brilliant. Don't be mad because niggas came up with a brilliant plan, bro. Come up with your own plan, Mr. Privilege.
the state of Minnesota never checks.
All right, so this is actually the location for Silver Mountain Inc., LLC, and Co.
Let's go. Come on,
Let's see
Abby.
if
You'll be all right.
Yes,
get our
we're wondering
story
where
straight.
Silver Mountain.
Silver Mountain?
Silver Mountain.
Oh, I don't know that. Where it is?
It says 2722 Park Avenue.
All of you, get out of here.
Where
Is
is
Silver Mountain here?
Silver Mountain. You don't have a permission to do that.
Okay,
You
so
were
Silver
to-
Mountain does not exist.
You were.
No, the name,
doing-
the
I don't
name's
give a
not,
shit.
the name's
I don't-
not Silver
don't-
Mountain, it's just Silver Mountain
Don't
Home
ask me
Health
that.
Care.
When you come.
All right,
So
There we
Silver
go.
Mountain,
so
It's
Silver,
another way.
so
that's
Silver
the
Mountain
way
does
to
not
make a
exist.
business.
27
You're making
This is how you do it, okay? Just follow through. The first guy answer the question. You fucked up, bro. When these guys leave, beat that nigga down. Okay? Beat his ass. But what this guy's doing right here, that's what you're supposed to do. Get out. Leave my business. Come out of here with these cameras. We're not answering no questions. Silver, what? I have no answers to those questions until you get the fuck out of my freaking establishment, bro. Leave. That's what you're supposed to do. Don't answer no questions, brethren.
do that.
Okay,
You
so
were
Silver
to-
Mountain does not exist.
You were.
No, the name,
doing-
the
I don't
name's
give a
not,
shit.
the name's
I don't-
not Silver
don't-
Mountain, it's just Silver Mountain
Don't
Home
ask
Health
me that.
Care.
When you come.
All right,
Leave.
So
sir.
Silver
Well,
Mountain-
so
It's
Silver,
another way.
so
That's
Silver
the
Mountain
way
does
to
not
make a
exist.
business. You're making a
2722
business.
Park
You have
Avenue.
millions of people watching you.
Silver
You're making
Mountain.
business to
Okay,
600
sir.
people.
2720.
You have millions of people watching right
Yes.
now. Where is Silver Mountain
I don't
Home
know
Health
where
Care?
Silver Mountain is.
Okay, well, that's what we're
But-
looking for. All right, we're
Me
moving on.
sitting there-
So Silver Mountain does not exist. David, we're just simply asking for where is Silver Mountain?
Listen, I'm sorry, bro, but I just gotta be real when I give my takes, bro. Y'all niggas are stupid, bro. How you such good at doing fraud, but be dumb as fuck about hiding the shit, bro? Come on, bro. Answer no questions, bro. Are you police? You're a YouTuber, fam. I got no answers for you. Bounce. As soon as the man's like, yo, but by the way, is it Silver Mountain? And then this guy's like, no, you fucked up, bro. Why did you do all of that woofing for you to go and answer the question that he's asking? Idiot. Stupid.
Home
I
health
can't
care.
find any of these companies. I mean, this is shocking. 3 companies are supposed to be in that building, and he's never heard of them. He doesn't know anything about them.
See, they didn't have to be. They didn't have to have this information while they're walking away. He's never heard of them. They could have just been like, "Wow, these guys are super hostile. They're not even answering any of our questions. I think they're frauds, but technically, they never answered any questions." Stop being dumb, bro. You guys already know that the man has a YouTube video. You said, yo, you're talking to millions of people. So then why, dummy, are you answering his questions?
And look, so they don't exist there. Right there, Somali Senior Center and Adult Day Services, a daycare right there. All these welfare companies are in the same location, but their businesses, that business didn't even exist.
It's all fraud, all of it.
So right there is a transportation company, no passenger, just a driver. How come you think when it comes time to take accountability for what's happening, or just to answer simple questions about the fraud, they can't answer?
Well, I think their reaction tells you all you need to know. That the reaction is so violent that if there was no fraud going on, they would say, what are you talking about? They would have a civil conversation, but they can't because they know we're shining the light on the fraud and they have no defense. So in their mind, being loud and using profanity is their only defense.
Because I'm trying to give them the opportunity to say, where are the transportation companies? Where are the daycare? Where are the children? Where are the companies now? Yet they can't answer.
And to this point, Nick, the transportation companies we've been to, we haven't seen a single vehicle at any of them. In fact, some don't even exist. We can't even find them. We're going to the addresses that are listed on the Secretary of State's website as their business address.
This is a massive parking lot here. We're gonna go ask them where their vehicles are. They should not have any excuse as to why they don't have their vehicles here, other than if they are out driving right now. And what's the story behind this business?
Well, this business is new as of March of 2024. It's Muhammad Malim is the registered agent for 713 Minnehaha Avenue East.
Me and David headed into this building. However, the owner was not there.
We're here at the suite of A.W.O.L Transport LLC. There's actually not even a sign here. And anyone here, it looks like there's a guy over here. Let's see if we can talk to him really quick. Do you know about A.W.O.L transport here?
So there was a transportation company here in 305 for a long time, even before I joined the building a few years ago.
There we go.
He's never really here. I've seen the office a couple of times. There's barely anything in there but a couch. And then I see him maybe twice a month at if so.
And there's no transport vehicles outside. Massive parking lot, but no transport.
I've never seen one. I've been here for 3 years and I'm always here. I'm a workaholic. I'm just nonstop here. So I know everybody in the building, and this specific space here is probably the most sketchy out of any other business here. Everyone else is here. They're friendlier. He just pops in and out.
For instance, this guy, Muhammad.
This guy right here, bro. Friggin' Triple H over here. Racist snitch, bro. Racist snitch. The most racist of snitches.
Should have his business in 308. There should be transportation vehicles outside. There's nothing.
That's weird that you say 308 because he's always been in 305 for the last 3 years.
Wow, so he's even lying on his public records with the government.
I would assume if he was to make and doing fraud, it makes sense to switch it up and throw people off track. It would be the first thing somebody would do, I would think.
So why are you just eating up all the information this guy's giving you? Like, bro, you're just nondescript white man with long hair. He's like, yeah, there's supposed to be a 603, but I think there was a 601, and I never really see him around too much. So they must be doing fraud. Like, nigga, shut your mouth, man. Mind your fucking business, nigga.
Fraud has started to be exposed. Muhammad has left the scene, and that guy just said, he confirmed that there has never even been transportation vehicles outside. So Muhammad has completely left the scene. He's nowhere to be found. And this parking lot, massive parking lot, actually never even had any transport vehicles, according to the guy.
Bruh, your last video did 3 million views in like friggin' a week. Yes, Muhammad left.
Guy who lived or had his office next to Muhammad. How quick do you think the fraud would dry out here in Minnesota if they were to cut out the transportation side of the fraud?
I think it would have a massive effect, and that the signal that would send would let people know the party's over.
Because if me and you were to go to the doctor, we either have to find a family member, drive ourselves, or pay for an Uber. How come they even have this set up?
Yeah, I tried to arrange a ride with one of.
You know where they should go? They should go and try to see what kind of fraud is going down in the Polish community. They should maybe go check even in the Greek community. You know what? Let's try and see what kind of criminal activity and fraudulent and government sifting is happening in the Russian community. Let's try that. Go for it, Nick. Try that. And I'm not saying that just because these are people like, you know, Caucasians, white people, or whatever. I'm saying go try it. Go do that. See what happens. I want to see that video exposing the corruption of the Russian community in Minnesota. That's a freaking fat title right there. Exposing the corruption of Russia. You know what I'm saying? The Russian community has been sifting money from the Minnesota government for years now, putting it into prostitution and drug trafficking and extortion and all type of fuckery. Right? I need that video. Gang, y'all would watch that, right? I think that video would be interesting. They might even have more people in the community. You got content for days. Dave, get on that. Get on your investigation. Go sit in your cars and go see if you can find out what the Polish guys are doing and see what's going to happen if you can go and find out what's going on in their businesses. You know what I'm saying? I said earlier the Chinese community, that would be amazing. I'm sure they even have a Chinatown. Oh, I forgot about them. Let's see if we could expose the corruption that's happening in the Italian community. Ooh, that one right there. Let's see if I can come up with a title. How many Italian businesses in Minnesota are linked to the mafia? Oh, sorry. No. Let's reword it. How Italian Minnesota businesses are really linked, and really in all caps, really linked to the mafia. That's enough. Okay? If you want to get extra and add more words on the title, because you got to kind of keep it under like 70 characters. Okay? Just some YouTube game for you. Okay? But if you want to get extra and add some more characters, the bloody story explained. You know what? Fuck it. Put that on the thumbnail. Don't even put it in the title. All right? Let's work this out again. How the Italian community in Minnesota is really linked to the mafia. And then on the thumbnail, with big bold letters, with freaking kind of like the blood hanging down kind of on the letters, the bloody story explained. No. Exposed. The bloody story exposed. And then put some friggin' Italian gangster in a friggin' nice $2,000 suit on the cover. All right. You're there with a microphone in his face. Yo, Gino, what you been doing over there? Are you sifting money from Minnesota and putting it into the crime bosses and putting it back into the Gambino family? We need answers. I'm here for that. Okay, the whole comment gang, we all here for that video. That shit would be crazy, bro. You're gonna get bare views, bro. Try it out. Just think, a think tank going on over here. Just some suggestions for your next video there, Nick.
These Somali transportation companies, they said they were all full. So now we're at 2833 13th Avenue South in Minneapolis, and there's
some work for Dave to do.
Supposed to be a non-emergency medical transportation company here called Advanced Mobility Incorporated. And what's interesting about this company is that state records show that it first registered with the state of...
Okay, they're going to probably do this like 5 times over. Let's find some beef. Pause.
See if anybody is here. Is Ray's Transportation here, sir?
I don't know. Transportation place. There's no transportation places here.
Oh, okay, well...
It's all
it's just Ray's.
Healthcare places.
RAYZ.
Well, I think it's confirmed they're not here, David. So it's confirmed that Ray Transportation, all of these transportation companies, they're kind of like ghost companies. They exist on paper, but they don't actually exist in person. Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
And what's your message to Tim Walz?
There we go.
Make a change, because there's definitely, even when it comes down to like the kids and stuff, there's definitely stuff that like we need spaces for the things that are going on that they're not doing. We need these type of spaces for it. Now this is some crazy stuff, but I'm glad that you're bringing light to it. It is a crazy, interesting situation.
You a fucking sellout, my nigga. Your cousin does fraud. Okay? Your cousin does credit card fraud, or it's your cousin's cousin, or one of your homies, one of your homegirls. Come on, B. Oh, we got to stop. You need to expose that community. Like, bro, don't do that, bro. You know they got the Louis belts out the trunk right now, bro. And they're real ones. Come on, fam. Don't do that, man.
What you got going on, man? Hey. You keep that false narrative that you be going on.
I am.
You should get in your car.
You should not be doing that, right? You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that. It's not fair. It's not fair what you mean. You cannot be doing that. You're not being fair.
How?
This country is built on fairness. You're not being fair.
Yeah,
you cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be happening, right?
Let the legal system do its job.
Well, it's failed.
We got a governor. We got an attorney general. Let them do the job. You're not in a position to do the job. You're not a prosecutor. If you want to run for office, go ahead, run for office. But you cannot be doing this. This is misinformation. This is the information.
How is it misinformation, sir? It's from the
This is what you're doing.
state
you're
of
coming
Minnesota.
You're coming everywhere. Where you coming from?
We're not coming for you.
See
fam.
what
Relax.
I mean? We're talking about the facts that's happening here.
It's south side. It's my turf. Get it.
Sir, so we were just having a civil conversation. The guy hopped out of his car in the middle of the road. About the fraud that's happening. And he's saying that I'm the bad guy for showing light of what's happening here.
They're passionate. They're passionate people. They don't want this type of stuff either going on or be brought to light. So that's what they're gonna.
I'm not gonna lie though, and salute the homie over here. I did have one take just now where I was saying like, bro, why you throwing these guys under the bus? Basically, you, Ray, Tanisha, y'all all do fraud too. Stop doing this. But they ain't going to defend the Somali people, bro, because I'm sure a lot of Somali people I'm sure they have some Somali people, a lot of them, that they're in the club with, popping bottles, smashing their chicks, whatever. But I'm sure a lot of Somali people done gave Tyrone and Ray their ass to kiss many times. Said, I'm not y'all. Okay? I'm not y'all African Americans. Like, we are, our skin's the same tone and everything like that, but we ain't you. Right? So he's just like, whatever. They fraud. I don't give a fuck. Take him. The one that probably called him the hard ER at some point.
Dude, they gonna come. It's a very tight knit community.
You saw it firsthand how crazy it gets out here. He hopped out in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah, I'll say.
So this isn't about race. You're a black guy. They're black, right? We don't have no ill feelings towards you by any means. We're talking about the fraud that's happening. So God bless you, sir, and thank you very much. Why are we doing this?
So we're doing this, A, because it's the right thing to do. The people of Minnesota and the people of America want this done. Fraud is fraud. And when we try and talk with these people and say, look, the main reason we're doing this is to find out why are all these checks being written by the state of Minnesota for companies that don't even exist? That's what we're trying to figure out. It's not a race issue. It's a fraud issue, and fraud is fraud.
And so what most people don't understand about this fraud is it is literally...
All right, let's get to the end here. I've been spent too long. Oh, shit. They got mad squabbles in this one, eh?
And for a place that's supposed to have over 100 children, there's no footprints anywhere going into the store.
Damn, it just started snowing.
And it's locked. Midday right now. This is the back side of the daycare. Ringing the doorbell right now. See if anybody comes. Hello?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm giving these niggas mad passes, bro. Listen, I'm here for the whole diaspora.
Hello, sir, how you doing? How are you doing? Yes, sir.
Get out.
Okay, listen.
Get out. This is our
business. Go.
What are you looking for?
We don't care what you do on the parking lot.
Go this side.
Go. Get out.
This is private.
I can be here in the parking lot.
No. You don't be here.
Wait, can we ask you about the daycare? It's all right.
No.
It's all right. Can we
Please say no, man. Please say no.
ask you about the daycare?
No. I don't care, Ken.
Sir, I'm not racist.
You have to live here.
I'm asking
No. You don't ask me nothing.
2.25 million.
That's how you do it, brother. That's how you do it. Brother, don't ask me nothing. Brother.
Get out, you guys. Get out.
$2.5 million.
Get out.
This is a business.
Get out, hey. Get out. What are you looking for?
We're asking. We just want to
Get out.
ask you about $2.25 million.
Get out.
You say
Get out.
out of here, man.
Get out, guys. Get out.
You cannot do that.
Get out. No, you cannot. You cannot do that.
Where?
Get out.
This is.
Get out. No. Get lost. Get out. No.
Sir.
You have to get out. This is our property. Get out.
Why? Can I ask you about the daycare? I have the paperwork right here.
That's how you do it there, Virgin. That's how you do it. Can I ask you about the daycare? Fuck you, my youth.
You cannot do that.
Where?
Get out.
This is.
Get out. No. Get lost. Get out. No.
Sir.
You have to get out. This is our property. Get out.
Why? Can I ask you about the daycare? I have the paperwork right here.
No. Get out.
What's the need
Get
for
out.
$2.25 million for a
I'm telling
daycare?
you, get out. Get
Can
out.
you answer the question?
Get out. No, I don't ask you any question. You guys, get out.
You can't answer the
Get
question.
out. No. What are you? Who are you?
My name's Nick
Who are you?
Shirley.
No, I don't give a shit. Get out.
Could you
Get out.
answer the question?
No, I don't.
What's
ask
the
you any
need for
question.
$2.25 million
No,
for a
we don't ask you any
daycare?
question. No. $1 million. Don't worry about it. Get out.
Okay.
Get out.
And it's licensed for
Get out, my friend.
118
Get out.
children.
Get out.
But I don't see any footprints of any children here. I don't see any footprints of any children
Get
here.
out. Get out.
See what he's doing right here? Now man is just talking because you could just be like, I don't see no kids here. I don't see no children here. Blah, 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 blah. Now you just talking, bro. Niggas ain't answering your questions. You know what I'm saying? So now everything else that you're saying is just hearsay and can be used as slander later on. If they're really smart.
Guys, get out. No, I'm not asking nothing, man.
I'm
Get
just
out.
asking you about what we're seeing here.
No, get out. Get out our business.
you-
Get out.
sir.
This is my property.
You have millions of
Get
people
out.
watching right now.
Can
Can you say what's the need for $2.25 million? And where are the 118 children?
Don't answer no questions.
Sir, I'm just asking.
Don't answer no questions, bro. Stay strong, brother.
Get out. Get out. No, you don't ask me any question. Get out.
You have the opportunity
Get
to
out.
answer
No,
the
no, no,
question.
no, no, no. You can't ask me nothing. Get out. Get out our business, man. Get out. Get out, man. Get out.
Sir.
Get out.
Let your security do the work there, brother.
Just answer the question.
No.
Just answer
Get
the
out.
question.
No, get out. Leave.
Sir, just answer the simple question.
Hey, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You YouTube, man. Get out.
All right, code word has been given. We're out.
Get out.
All right, we gotta
There
get out
we
of here.
go. Mission complete. Point for the Somali community right there. Point. Let's go.
Get out.
Sir, just answer the question. Where are the children? No footprints of it.
All of these guys previously in this video did the same thing. This video wouldn't be out right now.
I hope this place actually is holding 47 children because you guys are receiving $1.26 million in this year alone. So have a great rest of your day. They won't even give us a paper to enroll a child. Could have debunked all their claims. You guys can. And so how come they said this?
Oh, they went back to the Leering Center. Let's go, and they fixed the sign.
So Tiki Brown said this facility was closed.
Oh, she said a week ago.
And now magically it's full of cars. So how can it be closed?
Oh, they got the hoodies with it. And it says Leering Center on the they playing. Nah, they trolling. They are trolling. I said, Friday, you look Ethiopian. Do I? Maybe. I don't got that good hair like that. I couldn't even take off my hat right now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't got that good hair like that. Damn, bro. These guys are really on a mud ting right now. Like, you really, I'm send on one of those hoodies. Those hoodies are fire. I need one of those hoodies for the pod, fam. The Leering Center hoodie? That shit looks fire. In the grayas? What a gray sweat. Ooh. I'm getting that, fam. I'm gonna make my own. Fuck it.
People are coming and going.
Fraud. Why do you have everybody here?
Okay, this is the owner right here.
This guy, he's back. Let's go, homie.
Yeah,
okay. So you guys can report. So how come they said this building was closed? We're trying to speak to the owner. They won't even answer a simple question. Look, now he's going inside.
Sir, don't run though. It looks suspicious when you run, brother. And you can smile, but bro.
No. I'm a point for the Somalis again. Point for the Mollies. It doesn't look suspicious when you run. When you got a video out that got 3 million or 3.7 million views on it. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk to you no more. You made us look crazy in that last video. We don't want to talk to you. Sorry.
Sir, I'm right here.
He's right here to speak to you.
I'm right here.
Don't do that. Oh,
you can't defend the fraud.
Oh, come on. At the daycare doing, not at the daycare doing the middle finger, though.
Yo, freaking Dave is going crazy. Dave is having the time of his life. He's waited his whole life for this moment.
We have like 100 cameras on it.
Now, both of these people have interesting ties with politicians inside of Minnesota. For instance, the man who's running the daycare, he was celebrating with Mayor Fry after he won re-election of mayor inside of Minneapolis. And then this lady right here seems to be a friend of Ilhan Omar, as she has photos with her outside.
Ilhan Omar, sweetie.
Outside of the restaurant. And she also has videos of her giving a tour to a separate daycare to Mayor Fry. It really makes you wonder why these politicians haven't fought against the fraud, knowing that it's happened in locations like Quality Leering Center. Meanwhile, they're taking photos and celebrating with them at events.
What's your message, people, about the fraud here in Minnesota?
This is part of the cover-up.
You know who that is, right? That's the homie that there was the picture of him in front of the whip, right? There was the one picture of him there in front of the Learning Center, because it's Learning Center now. Okay, they got it fixed. But then there was a next picture, and I was saying it on the last time that we covered this, and it kind of looked like AI, and he was standing in front of like a Benz or some shit like that, and he was all dripped out, right? That might have not been AI, all right? If he's running around with the homegirl there, yeah, that might not be AI there, brother. I'm trying to help you there, brother.
They're trying to cover their tracks. So let me say this on camera. If you can prove that any of the information that I have here is false, I'll give you $100,000 cash.
You don't got $100,000. Stop this, brother.
If any of it's false or inaccurate in any way, anybody want to take me up? And if you can't prove it, you have to give me $100.
So you saying all that's real?
100%. I'll give you $100,000 if you can disprove my information.
See, they all went silent. Silent.
Anybody? Your $100 versus my $100,000 cash.
They're all silent. What do you think about the fraud here? Hey,
The fraud here in Minnesota, I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy. Like, what do you mean specifically? What do you mean?
Yeah, how do you feel about this daycare, for instance, receiving $1.9 million? And they couldn't even spell learning right. They spelled leering.
Hey, man, Somalis, they're an interesting creature. I'm not gonna lie, I can't say too much. I'm already too hot. But, I mean, Tim Walz, you gotta solve this stuff. Minnesota really.
Wow. No loyalty to the black diaspora, bro. Everybody just throwing everybody under the bus. I can't say too much because the shit too hot, but like, yo, you got to fix this shit. Tim Walsh, fix this shit.
They cracked down on this because they've been doing this for years. They've been doing this for years, so.
Should Tim Walz be prosecuted?
Hell yeah.
And at this point, you're probably wondering
bus successfully rolled.
Where all the millions and billions of dollars has gone. Well, it's been well tracked that a lot of the money, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, has been funneled through TSA at the airport inside of Minnesota. It's been well tracked and documented. Even in 2017, there was reports coming from the local Fox News station, and I was actually able to meet up with a whistleblower who used to work as an agent at TSA on the side of narcotics, and he saw millions of dollars go through TSA.
Damn.
And what kind of fraud did you see take place here in Minnesota?
So I worked for the airport police for 31 years. 24 of those years I worked in narcotics at MSP Airport. And
hold on, we'll get back to this guy in a second. I did say that earlier in the stream. Smoking Productions 416 or Smoking Pro 416. I said, because he says right here, Mali people them don't claim black. Not all. A percentage of them don't, though. The ones who are more ingratiated into the hip hop community and, you know, or the hip hop culture, I mean, and, you know, like, they intermingle with different types of mans, them, they might consider themselves more black, right? They might be like, yo, I'm black, right? Obviously, whatever. My parents don't think that we are, but I think that we are. Right. And I know a lot of Malis who are like, yo, I'm black. I know personally. You know what I'm saying? Salute to your true captain. He said multiple times on camera, I'm a black man. All right. And he's a Somali kid or Somali young man. And he's been like, I'm a black man. But a lot of like their older generations, they don't feel that way. Right. It's like with the Dominicans. I'm Dominican. I'm not black. I'm Dominican. Right. I'm Somali. I'm not black. Come on, brother. Look at my hair. It's different.
My recollection was from about 2015-16 to 2021 when I retired. I would get emails from our dispatch saying like 2 male Somali descent individuals. They would give us their names. They claimed the cash, that they had a large amount of cash at the checkpoints. We'd get all this information in an email, and I believe they would send it right away. So TSA would contact our dispatch telling us this. Then our dispatch would relay the info via email to us.
And how much was the money?
The money, the smallest amount in a suitcase that I heard was like $750,000. But generally, it was anywhere from $1 million to $6 million in a suitcase. And there usually was, as far as
$1 million to $6 million. Damn, they're sending a hell of bread back home.
I can remember, there was always 2 individuals traveling. So you would have maybe one guy with 2.2 million and another guy with 3 million. And
at airports, you're able to take $10,000 without declaring it. How are these guys able to take millions of dollars?
Because as far as I know, as long as they declared it, they were fine. So then TSA would contact HSI and Customs, and I'm sure they got the information. We got the information. My administration knew about it, and I trust that they sent that on to higher state officials on this, but nothing was ever done the whole time I was there. I talked to one individual. We were going after narcotic cash leaving the airport. This was always fraud. We had no nexus to that this cash was related to narcotics. So our hands were kind of tied. We couldn't do a whole lot.
How do you suspect these Somalians had millions of
What's the problem?
dollars to move in an airport?
We would rack our heads all the time, like, where are they getting this? Where in the world are they getting this money? And I had heard about these daycares and whatnot, but I mean, I thought at the time, okay, maybe they had 10 daycares, but apparently they have a lot more than that. We were all just racking our heads trying to figure this out.
So you openly saw just millions of dollars get moved through the out.
How do them black people have all of their millions of dollars and they're not dirty drug dealers? Oh. Did they beat the system? Well, god damn it there, Brad. They're beating the system. They need to be regular Joe Schmo drug dealers like the rest of the blacks. What the hell? We can't even stop them.
I saw one time, I saw an open suitcase with the cash because we were looking into seeing if it was narcotics related, which it was not.
How much money do you think moved through the airport in your time?
Millions, literally millions and millions. I mean,
I'm not going to lie. That's so neat still. I'm not here to endorse any crimes or anything, okay? Even though I feel like I've endorsed crimes like mad times during the segment. But the fact that they're looking for drug money, they can see what's connected to drug money or if it's going to be connected to drug money, and they could seize that. But if they see all of the rest of these millions of dollars and it has no connection to drugs, hands off. I can't touch it. Bruh. I feel like that's a sick loophole. That's such a, bro, if these guys were pulling off scams, which I ain't gonna lie, it sounded like they did pull off a hell of a bunch of scams. But, bro, they were doing it neatly, bro. Like, to be able to accumulate, like, there's one thing to scam and get a few $1,000s, but to be upwards of millions of dollars, I know it's taxpayer dollars and all that, but, like, they ain't just going up in people's homes and sticking you up for the money. They found a loophole in the system. The government's stupid as fuck. As soon as these guys freaking say, oh, I got a truck company or a freaking transport company, they're like, oh, here's the money. Okay. Well, damn, bro. If niggas put me onto that game, to that play, I'm taking it, bro. I said this earlier. Because if your government is that dumb and they're just giving out money just for nothing, I'm taking it. We're doing it here. People have taken money for the government when we see there's a loophole. We just go scoop that. Yo, let me hold that. Remember, Serb? Let me hold that. A lot of niggas got, they hit them later. Like, yo, bro, where's our money? But, in the meantime, oh, shit, they're giving out some money. Let me get that. PPP loans and all that they were going on in the States. Mad people were getting PPP loans and freaking getting big-ass chains and Ferraris and all types of shit. Like, come on, fam. You're acting like America is not a fraud country. North America is not a fraud continent. Come on, B. This is kind of really centering on the Somali community. I know that, yes, them niggas do fraud. I know a lot of Somali niggas who are on, I'm finessing koala. Yeah, finesse the ting, bro. Yes, all right, cool. But to make a whole video on these niggas, bro, like, you tripping, fam. Like, as if, like, again, I'm not going to bring up the Russians and everybody's doing fraud, fam.
Talking for a good 5-6 years.
Get your money, Nick.
Years, you're talking, I don't know, 5 to 6 million a week. It would happen twice a week. You would get twice a week where there would be somebody flying, 2 people flying out with $1 to 2 to 3 to 4 or $5 million.
Fam, not only were mans eating off Serb, right? And salute to Polaroid pill, right? It says man them were eating off Serb. Not only were man them eating off Serb, just taking a $2,000 every 2 weeks or a month or whatever the fuck it was, right? Niggas who were on road, who were able to figure out, okay, let me get some Serb or, whatever they needed to do, get their taxes or whatever done. Mans are like, all right, you're giving me an extra 2 racks that I can go and put it on an ounce. I'm sorry, I'm saying a lot, but it's real shit, fam. You know how many niggas was on road, took that serve money, and then put it right back into the streets? The re-up times are nice, them times probably, bro. I'm going to say probably because I'm not in the streets, okay? But I would imagine as somebody who used to be in the streets, if you're giving me an extra 2 racks once a month, or how many was it? Twice a month we were getting 2 racks? Brother, now I don't have to use my re-up money, fam. I'm just taking the serve money and go get a ting, brethren, and go flip that. Turn that 2 racks into freaking 5. What? Are you sick? If I was still on road when that freaking pandemic was happening and like heavy making bread, bro, I would have took 2 serve checks and turned that into freaking, I don't know how many freaking tens of thousands of dollars. Are you sick? Just driving around 4 o'clock in the morning, just getting all my shit off. What you need, an ounce, bro? I just bought a 9-pack, bro. You know what I'm saying? I stacked up like 3-4 serbs. You know what I'm saying? Took some of the rest of my re-up money. Mans was like, yo, fam, you're usually over here just getting the 4 on the baby. Nah, bro, I need a 9-pack today, bro. Got my serb saved. Let's go. What's the problem, fam? Y'all niggas, you put the loophole. You set the loophole, fam. You put the alley-oop up there. You give the assist. We're going to take it to the hole. Pause. This is what these niggas is doing over here. Oh, you're just giving away free money just because I said I have a company? All right, I got a company. Where's my money? Come on, B.
Twice a week. Every week. Without fail.
And where were those people traveling to?
So this is the word I got, that they would fly to Atlanta, take a flight from Atlanta to Dubai. And then apparently what I had heard was it was too busy or too dangerous to go any further with it. So they'd wire the money to Somalia. Whether they scraped a whole bunch off the top and did that, I don't know.
Wow. So they take the money from Minnesota, take it to Atlanta, and then take it to Dubai. And then from Dubai, they then wire the money.
Correct.
Not gonna lie, there's mad mollies in Dubai who are sitting on cake right now. Oh, gets deep.
I don't know that for sure, but that's what I was told by other investigators.
So all the taxpayers' dollars were getting funneled through the airports and then taken to Dubai to be sent to Somalia.
Yes. Yes. It appears that's how it all went down. Yes.
You said too much, Scissor. Chill. All right, Nick. I've had enough of you. Okay, bro. Let the man them live. Let niggas get their paper, bro, or let the mollies get their paper. All right. I'm sure part 3 is on the way. They're gonna find another angle of the Somali community because this is gold. How much views? What's the views, Crow? 1 million views in 2 days. You're cooking, bro. You're about to go. This is about to do another 4 million. All right, so he'll be back. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.